talk a little bit about some of the lessons that I've learned from that, and how I think they might be enacted by you for someone else or in a friend. One of the things that we discovered retrospectively is that we sort of figured out iTunes before Jobs did. And again, all this is related to art in certain ways. In postmodernism, you have appropriation, sampling, all that kind of stuff. So we were developing courses, and we were spending anywhere from $750,000 to $1.2 million for a course to produce. It was very, very rich in media, like a different kind of structure they were doing. This is a course sampler. But when we attempted to market these courses, we discovered that a lot of people didn't want to take the whole course. They wanted to take anything from one class to 1 week to half a course. And so what we started to do was to modularize the course so that people could buy, and that's what we do, one class, 1 week, however much they wanted. Sort of like, so the whole course is sort of like the whole CD, whatever you want to like, it's sort of like the tune, right? There are other implications of that I'll come back to. As our thinking developed on this, it became clear that we thought about this in different ways. I thought about it as an extension of the classroom, Global Education Network. So they get everybody around the table and so on and so forth. Finland was a global classroom magazine. We had a colleague at that time, who at that time, John Newcomb, was at that time the CEO of Simon & Schuster. John always understood what we were doing as an extension of the textbook. Because at that time, science textbooks were beginning to use websites and CD-ROMs and everything. And so the fact of the matter is that we were both right. What we were doing was, in effect, something that was a cross between the two. And I think that's important, because again, I'll come back to this, it begins to erode the line between teaching and publication, if indeed there ever was a line. At the same time that more and more books and journals are being published electronically, classrooms, except at Columbia, are being wired for video conferencing as well as real-time and delayed transmission. With easy-to-use software and hardware, lectures and seminars can be easily transmitted anywhere across the globe. And the increasing quality of reception on devices like mobile phones, the Kindle, and we'll see tomorrow, perhaps the iPad, will further extend the range and availability of courses. And with these developments, it seems to me, webcasts and podcasts make publication, that is a form of teaching, virtually ubiquitous and thus available to everyone. As networks spread and the demand for content grows, there will be new opportunities for creating and distributing educational materials. These innovations are beginning to have a significant impact, not only on the method of delivery, but on the structure and content of courses. There are currently three kinds of courses. Traditional in-school courses, what we do here at Columbia, for Williams. Online courses in virtual classrooms, and courses that combine the former and the latter. As colleges and universities grapple with financial pressures, I talked about it from the consumer side, I did not talk about it from the side of universities. It's even worse. The cost of higher education continues to escalate. It's going to be increasingly difficult for many schools and students to continue offering courses solely as they have in the past. To meet the growing demand with fewer resources, virtual courses will become more and more popular. It is therefore very important for educators to work to make this new way of teaching more effective. If our experience in Gen is any guide, it seems likely that the structure of the courses will become more flexible and less standardized. And going back to content mass production. The format and delivery method of courses in most colleges and universities has changed relatively recent over the years. We basically still teach the way Kant taught. As I stressed, courses come in three forms: large, lecture, medium, discussion, and small, seminar, which are the same size or length, roughly 2.5 or 3 hours for between 12 and 16 weeks. Most curricula courses are sequentially numbered and ordered hierarchically according to degree of specialization and level of difficulty. College-wide committees routinely review courses, but the control of the structure and the content still lies with the professor. While this standardized format works well and indeed is even necessary for some courses, there's no reason it needs to be the sole organizational principle. It is also possible to create courses that are comprised of interrelated sections ordered or combined in different ways. I've done it. For example, at Gen, we produced 3 survey courses on modernism: modern philosophy, modern music, and modern art. In contrast to the standardized format, people could take the whole course or, customizing it, select part of different courses and combine them in different ways. One person chose to combine sections on Hegel, Beethoven, and Kandinsky to form her own discrete course, distinctive course, which proved to be very effective. As the networking of knowledge grows, the webs will not be limited in time and space. Past courses will be stored online, and courses currently being offered at other institutions throughout the world will be available in real time or for use at a later time. For example, a class on Melville and a course in Civil War poetry might be linked with another English class on British war poetry in the 20th century, and a history class on the Civil War, taught at the same institution or taught at any institution anywhere else in the world. Or a class on James Turrell's art could be linked to courses on Quakerism, perceptual psychology, and the spiritual practice of the Hopi Native American tribe, all of which influenced Turrell's work profoundly. Finally, in relation to some of the things you're talking about this afternoon, a course in 20th century Protestant fundamentalism could draw on a course about media and religion, as well as courses on religious background of contemporary neoconservative politics and the philosophical foundations of neoliberal economics. As these courses evolve, they begin to assume the structure of a hypertext or hyperlinks. Courses, in other words, are comprised by connecting and layering other courses or parts of courses. In this way, the individual course is embedded in the constantly expanding and changing web of courses that constitutes the curriculum. Moreover, the curricula of different colleges and universities can also be linked together. To glimpse the possibility of this network of courses creates, imagine a global course catalog readily available in courses as rich and diverse as Google's library. And then think about how those courses could be combined and recombined to create different courses. Assume that every course taught from now on would be part of this catalog and accessible worldwide. Such a design would enable students, with the guidance of professors and academic counselors, to appropriate materials from different sources and create multiple pathways through the course they are taking. This can be done for hybrid courses that combine the real and virtual components, as well as courses that are completely online. As delivery and distribution systems change, courses are no longer restricted to the broadcast model of one-to-one communication, but now can be combined with many-to-many conversations that allow for more interactivity than courses that are delivered in university halls or lectures like this one that I am giving.